Good evening, SVH family, from day 5. Completed. Awesome. Today was really special. Today, we hosted all of our lodge friends, community member friends, all of our work staff, the grannies. We fed well over 100 people today. And it was our Anderson Construction Foundation Mega, parentheses, MEGA, Make Everyone Great Always, celebration of America's freedom and independence from England and bringing democracy and freedom to the rest of the world. Live from South Africa, July 4th celebration, in other parentheses, on July 5th. It's a mouthful, but that's what it was. Epic day. You're gonna have to look at some of the pictures. We had some festive outfits. John Maxwell brought it. Chad looked like either Willie Nelson when he was like 65, or Axl Rose looks like today. One of the two. But he was awesome. Tons of work. Things are really shaping. Our material is dwindling, which is good news because that means we're running out of projects to do. And we're running out of days to do it, so it's all good. You can see the monster is still behind us. We poured nearly almost 4.5 yards of concrete today, hand mixed, because our barrel mixer kaputted this morning. Tisa, as we say, this is South Africa, so we went, okay, no problem. And so you would not believe the team of guys literally shoveling sand and rock and cement into this massive pile and filling up with water, and then like 10 guys turning it into hand mixing 4.5 yards of concrete. It's bananas. And so we're gonna let this sit. Tomorrow, the kicker braces will come, but all the other supporting braces will be off. We're gonna let the concrete cure for one more day before we take the kicker braces, even though I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But tomorrow we are gonna get this sheeted, painted, sheet metal caps on. This is gonna be, we're gonna start wrapping on this. This space that I am standing, and I'm gonna pivot this way, this is also the soccer pitch. So the soccer pitch goes from one side to the other, which is an important piece of the campus. And you can see in the background some piles of the sand that's being brought and developed, and we're redeveloping the site. As I pivot this way, this was the building that we built as part of phase 2. This is the back of the craft space and makers, or the craft and maker space. You can see here this is our first of our bleachers. There's a total of 6 of these that have been fabricated here on site, and then they'll be installed tomorrow. We'll have plywood, or we'll have 2x material decking that goes on top of it. And then there's a frame, a low height wall that frames the soccer pitch. So it's like a mini soccer stadium that converts to a movie theater screen, which is awesome. Also, fun fact, those wide flanges are W10 by 30s, and that entire structure weighs over 2,600 pounds. And fabricated and flopped into a hole with a trick. We did a trick move. And we brought if you buy 4 loads of concrete CMU blocks, they bring you the truck that can hoist them off, but it's not designed to hoist this. And then I paid the guys a couple $100 rand. So we got that thing hoisted for a total of $50 US is what it cost to do that. So CFSDS, Rob, Dodge, if you're paying attention to this, you got to beat $50 for a crane pit. Probably don't. We won't make any money on that. Don't, never mind, Rob. Bad idea. Bad idea. Okay, so lots happening over on this side. You can see giant lots of screen developed here. This low height wall, this becomes, the pavers arrive tomorrow, and Phoenix and Elliot Bourgeois, who are flying in, they arrived today actually, but they'll be on site tomorrow. This will be, they'll be focused on this area here and then planting here. Here's Dan over here, Kazman, working on getting his, we've got a set of stairs that come down from the upper plaza that we finished as part of phase 2, and it connects down here. A set of stairs and a set of stairs that wrap onto the plaza. Super rad. This has turned into an absolute monster. However, it was it was a total afterthought. This was never in the original scope. So this is by far and away the biggest extra project we've ever done. I said, oh, we got extra pieces. We should, throw a little piece over the top, which we did. And then Sarah said, what'd be fun is we're gonna turn this into the girls club, but someday we gotta build a deck. And I was like, build a deck? This is what we do. I can build a deck. Of course, I can't build a deck, but we got an amazing team of people that can build a deck. And so we got Mark Easy, John's working on it, Brian down there, plus our local team, which is going great. And then we said, well, hey, if we're gonna do that, let's really develop the site further. So there's another connection point. There's another deck that comes here, stairs that come down. We've got extra windows, so we said might as well build walls to put them in. So we've got walls going in on the back side there. They'll get plastered, pretty rad. So our material piles are shrinking. Wow, if you can see it, I don't know if you can, but it is the most beautiful colors every night that we get to end the night with. It is spectacular. This area down here, this is the far side of the soccer pitch, and this is a girls' netball court, which will get developed. Here's the creche. This has got its final coat, will be installed tomorrow on the plaster on this side. The rest of the building is complete. And this is the little kids' creche playground. And so we've developed a tire retaining wall, which is very Nourish. There'll be a fence that wraps around the backside. JoJo tanks to collect the water on the front and back here. Our material piles shrinking. Oh, fun. We've got a group of people, our all-star team, people that have come but offered to come on their own for this last time. They're staying at Nourish. They arrive tomorrow and they'll be on site with us Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's a super fun shout out. But they've got their own project that they're working on, and they're working at Nourish 1. And so we've got a bunch of extra material. So we've actually helped take their design and redeveloped it based off the extra pieces that we have to further advance this thing. Super funny, lost in translation. I'm gonna show you something. This is a roll of insulation. John Maxwell did the takeoff. The insulation that they had at the store online was 2 feet, literally 2 feet wide, and like 8-foot rolls. So John did the calculation for everything we needed, said, we need 300 rolls. We called it in, and the guy said to our friend, Norman, who helps put these things together, Norman goes, John, I can get you 4-foot rolls that are much longer. John says, great. But Norman didn't bother recalculating what we needed. He ordered 300 rolls of 4-foot by like 30 feet long pieces. We could open an insulation store. We have so much extra insulation, so we got to figure out what we're going to do with that. But making great progress in here. You can see it's turned white. All the windows are in, the doors are in. Painting is happening. It is happening. Inside, we're never going to look very close, people. I will tell you. We had our local buddies do the inside. Guillaume is an absolute rock star, has been working with the team, and it is just, it's been a thing. But Guillaume has done a great job. They failed to understand you got to hit the studs at the ends. So we got floppy pieces, so we're working through some of that detail. But nonetheless, it's looking spectacular. We'll have soffits done, started tomorrow. So we're just about entirely hung out with ceilings and walls and casing and basing and the whole 9 yards. It's pretty crazy. Here you can see the plaster's been completed. We got somebody still screwing away at Lotta down at the far end under the light. And this project is nearing completion. You can't see it today, but this is the maker space. And this has finally come to the end. We're very close. Austin has been killing himself doing this thing, but we really appreciate it. This maker space is awesome, and it has a giant 30-inch work table that goes all the way around the inside. I mean, it's absolutely an incredible space. So that's really fun. So as we come to the conclusion of the day, I want to say 2 things. The throwback of the day goes to Nourish. This was the original Nourish shirt from the first project we work on at Nourish Micropenny campus in 2022. This is the shirts we all wore today, and we gave out to all the workers on site. And I'm gonna tell you, there's some great photos. We gave everybody an American flag bandana and they all wore them with like the greatest sense of pride. And we had there, you can hear maybe in the background, we have taken control of the DJ music, and it is all American music all day. It's been super fun. All of our friends had a great time. Today's company sponsor has been Anderson Construction, the OG. Started in 1950 because my grandfather needed a job, and he believed that there was a way to tilt a building, and the guy that he worked for at the time said, I think it's a fad that'll never last. And he went out on his own, and here we are, 76 years later, multifaceted organization, multi-regioned and state, coming at you live from South Africa. So who would have ever thought? But the volume of the work that we do today from every region, a focus on healthcare and higher ed and housing when it's available, it's been incredible. So proud of all of our teams there and all of the derivative organizations that have come from that, Ox Concrete and REFA Reinforcing. So those are great things. SDS support is born out of Anderson. So Anderson has really been the backbone of this enterprise, and it's what we started with, and we have spread out from there, and it still does amazing work today. So with that, I want to say thank you, everybody. It is getting down to it. I think Chad and John are getting just this much worried, but I keep telling them I'm not worried at all. So there's no reason to be worried. With that, I will say good night, and we'll see you next time.